Good morning, bros. We are here. You're watching the Investing Bros, and I'm back. T-Shroom is back. I was gone. I was at a wedding, and I had a great time at this wedding. Very, very great time in Texas, just outside of Austin, Texas. The wedding capital of the entire state, Dripping Springs, was the host city for the wedding that I went to. I've posted some pictures in the Discord for Investing Bros. You guys can get access to that in the link down in the description to our Discord. But I had a good time. Safe travels. Some complications in the travels. Probably get into that in bro time on Wednesday. But it was a lot of fun. And honestly, there were some magical moments. So hopefully I'll be able to share that with you all at some point here very soon. But today we're asking the question, is Ethereum back? Can we look at Ethereum today and see big movement to the upside very, very soon? Is Ethereum ready to break higher? Let's go ahead and check out the Ethereum charts here to ask that very question. The first thing, I'm on the 4-hour charts here for Ethereum. The first thing I want to look at is the Bollinger Bands, right? I want to close all of my oscillators and just take a look at the oscillators here on the 4-hour. As you can see, the 4-hour midline of the Bollinger Band hasn't been obeyed all that much, to be honest with you. It hasn't been the main line of support or resistance here for Ethereum. But we did just cross back below it, and it looks like we're looking to try to break back above it here, the midline of the Bollinger Band on the 4-hour for Ethereum. Overall, though, you can kind of see that there's just been kind of a lower high here from back in March 13th to where we are now. We got a high on the 26th of 3,684, 3,680, call it. And we have generally trended lower since then, but mostly sideways, you'd say. As you can see, the Bollinger Bands are kind of going sideways, expanding now since we've had a bit of a breakout of this descending line of what was resistance, but was actually kind of overcome, broken through here. We're now coming back down to test this line of resistance and confirm it as support now, potentially. That could be what's kind of moving here. This doesn't really spell a huge breakout for me, necessarily, like a huge breakout, but it could. I mean, this is bullish, what I'm looking at here. I'm not saying that this is the big one for any fundamental reasons. We do have one story that is pretty bullish for Ethereum we'll get to here in just a second. But ultimately, technically looking at this, it's a good little breakout. We did dip back down below this downtrending line of resistance to try to flip it support. We did dip back below there very briefly through a wick on the 4-hour. I don't know how significant that would be. But what we're looking for Ethereum to do from here is post this breakout and nice comeback test is for it to just move higher, right? This would be the next move for Ethereum. I don't think we're going to languish in the middle here. I think either we're going to get that breakout that I just showed you, or we're going to go ahead and what this wick kind of indicates, this wick that pushed back lower, we could potentially see a break back down below that line. Again, I think here we do get a breakout because it kind of coincides with what we're seeing over in the larger crypto space, which is the Bitcoin halving is now starting to take center stage, right? It's getting very, very close. I think 18 days away, something like this, so less than 20 days away. It's starting to become bullish. Now, we have had pullbacks on Bitcoin moving into the halving, though, so that's something to consider as well. We've had downward movement as we cross that threshold of the Bitcoin halving and its effect on miners and supply of Bitcoin and all of this. That, of course, will play a role in the price of Ethereum. So I think generally, for the next 20 days, I think we're going to see probably like a slow bullish move higher with some potential moves to the downside. So is Ethereum ready to break out? Well, it kind of has. It kind of has broken out of this triangle here. And I think that this probably moves pretty well. I think that this ultimately is a decent buy here towards the bottom of this range as well. If you're trading it at 3,556 or 3,556, I think you could you could go ahead and probably get yourself from here a nice little trading view account that works. No, a 2.8% move to the upside. So on leverage, that could potentially spell a decent amount of volatility. That's not that great though. We want to see more movement than that out here on the higher time frames, like the 4-hour. Let's check out the daily here for Ethereum really quickly. Before we do, go ahead and smash that like button, guys. It is Monday, and we're going to be getting into the news here in just a second, but we're taking a look at Ethereum, and we're asking, is this potentially the time that Ethereum could break out? Now, I've got the daily chart pulled up here for Ethereum, and as you can see, the Bollinger Bands out on the daily are actually contracting, which is really weird, right? Because it's been able to break up above the midline of the Bollinger Band, and right now you are seeing this is a somewhat significant point, at least in relationship to the midline of the Bollinger Band, right? Because the red candle here has had a big wick down lower, but has managed to maintain above the midline of the Bollinger Band here. So that's bullish. Post a triangular breakout, that is bullish. That's what we want to see. So I do have a bullish bias if I'm trading Ethereum today and probably moving into the middle of the week. Kartik Philly said, "Happy April Fool's Day, T-Shroom." Yes, I have thoroughly fooled you all into thinking that you were going to tune into a stream, and I have no idea where this statement's going. But happy April Fools, guys. I don't really celebrate April Fools too much because I have my mind on the charts, have my mind focused, laser focused. Maybe I should be kicking back a little more and trying to celebrate April Fools. But yeah, I appreciate it, Kartik Philly, reminding us of what matters here, which is the holidays, right? It's the holidays, so it's good. It's good stuff. Let's go ahead and take a look at Bitcoin here. Won't spend too much time because, we spent a decent amount of time there on Ethereum, kind of coming to the conclusion just based on the charts that, yeah, we are looking bullish on the daily and on the 4-hour, and we could potentially break out. Here on Bitcoin, there's a little bit of a different story. I mean, we had a nice breakout here. I'm on the daily. Let's go back to the 4-hour. We had a nice breakout of this descending triangle, a decisive move higher, but it ultimately was thwarted, right? The move higher was thwarted by this resistance line here that right here at 71,600, we got brought back down, right? And then this happened again, and now it's happened a third time, although we did get a little bit of a print up above this downtrending line of resistance. So that is somewhat bullish to see that higher. But I don't even know that it is a higher. Yeah, it's not a higher high, right? So you've got a lower high here. From a candle body close standpoint, it actually does look like this could potentially be a higher high, but I mean, it would be very marginal if it is, and I don't think it is. I think it's actually a lower high on the candle bodies as well. So generally, this is kind of sideways, right, for Bitcoin. Now, what you'll notice is that it's in a giant, almost symmetrical triangle. I would have to say that this is a little bit more ascending than descending, though. So something to keep in mind. But all of those, as we learned last week, are bilateral triangles. So these could break out up or down, right? They have almost, the same odds to break up or down. But ultimately here, you can see Bitcoin has gotten rejected 3 times, but has also maintained support here, maintained this uptrending line of support that I do not have drawn quite yet. Now I do. And that's good, right? That's good because it's showing that buyers are buying right here, right? As the Bollinger Bands constrict, we are getting a higher low, excuse me. So that's good. That's bullish for Bitcoin for sure. Now we just need to have that catalyst that's going to break us to the upside. Because if we zoom out here, what's likely to happen is that we do get a nice break to the upside and go ahead and have an opportunity to exit the platinum pocket and push higher, right? This 0.887, was the point at which we rejected back here in mid-March, March 14th. So if we can get a nice little breakthrough, retest, and move higher, that would be very beneficial to the crypto markets for sure. but we could see a move lower here, I suppose, a breakout lower. I just don't know what news. I don't know what fundamentally would really cause that much selling, other than just traders taking profits. But this doesn't seem like the place to take profits. This seems like the place to accumulate. So, to each their own. Everybody's going to trade a little bit differently. But the charts that I'm looking at for Bitcoin and Ethereum on the daily and the 4-hour are both really, pretty honestly, pretty bullish. I didn't look at the oscillators at all, or the MACD for either Bitcoin and Ethereum. You'll notice there that those would be something that you want to take a look at for sure, in addition to basically the trend and Bollinger Band analysis that I just performed for you all. But is it bullish? It is. Now you want to check that again with the oscillators. Lux Algo has a lot of really, really great indicators, including the Lux Algo oscillator that's down there, the oscillator matrix. So make sure that you check those out. But let's go ahead and jump into some stories here. One of them is really interesting and could potentially shed light on the future for Ethereum. Before we get into the stories, I want to jump into the chat here with GS saying, smash that like, please. You got to love it. What is up, Gia? Hope you're having a good morning. Hope you had a good Easter. GS said, GM, happy Monday. Army Piper roaring into the chat saying, good Monday. Absolutely good Monday. Anya as well. Drew P said, yes and no. Okay. Yes and no. Brian D said, white rabbit, right. I don't know what that is. I hope you did not just fool me on April Fool's Day to say something bad. Let's see. Wild Deuces says, I have never been able to decipher a difference between an Ethereum chart from a Bitcoin chart. Never been able to decipher a difference. Okay, well, the first thought that comes to my mind is that you're not spending a lot of time on the charts, which is okay. That doesn't mean you can't be a successful investor. Do you think we see a difference proportionally at Drew P? Okay, so these are just kind of very broad questions. Let's see. There's a continuation of this trend here. Wild Deuces also asks, is this ETF an April Fool's joke? Okay. No, I don't intend the ETF story here to be an April Fool's joke. We'll see. We'll see, though. There might be some shenanigans left in the episode to be had. Blackie Chan said, got to head to work. I'll be lurking, so we'll have some lurkers here as we press forward into our news segment here on the 9 a.m. stream for the Investing Bros. I am back, and I have a little bit of jet lag. It's not too bad at this point, but I did go back one hour, I guess. I'm trying to think of the word. What is it called? A time zone? Yeah, I went back one time zone into, I believe it was either Mountain Time or Central Time. I'm not sure exactly the name of it, but whatever Austin, Texas is. And so, I got used to being able to have a little bit of a different time dynamic, right? Well, that's changed, and so I feel a little weird from the jet lag, which I guess is kind of what I should have expected. But it's like, I can't really put my finger on it. I don't feel sick. I don't have like a tummy ache. It's not really a headache either, because I don't have any of those, but I just feel a little off, a little strange. But hey, I'm grateful to be alive. Obviously, yesterday was a great day. I got to spend with family, celebrating Easter, and that was a very refreshing and spiritually, just amazing time to kind of be alive and appreciate everything that God's done for me in my life and in the life of the world, right? So here we go. Let's get into the news. A jet lag ridden T-Shroom is gonna walk us through Bitwise entering the race for Ethereum spot ETF. So this is a potentially not big story. This is not a big story here. What this is a continuation of a move of momentum for the Ethereum lawsuit, right? And we'll get into exactly why I say that here in just a second. So Ethereum lawsuit, what do you mean by that, T-Shroom? Is Ethereum getting sued? Should I sell all my bags? No. What I mean by that is that likely what is going to happen is that the Securities and Exchange Commission is going to reject the ETF for Ethereum, the spot ETF, the sister of which was passed. The Bitcoin ETF was passed January 10th, right? Accepted. But this Ethereum one is expected to be rejected. Okay, so that's where the court case comes in, because the applicants, BlackRock, Fidelity, Grayscale, and now Bitwise, and among others, right? These organizations are going to turn to the SEC and say, hey, you rejected our Ethereum ETF. We're going to sue you, not because we're mad, right? Just because we think that you were wrong, right? Your decision here to reject the Ethereum ETF was wrong, and we want the judicial system of America to make the decision here instead of the SEC. So let's go ahead and do that. And they're going to sue them. And what the expectation is they're going to win, because so far the judicial system of the United States has ruled in favor of crypto firms and organizations much more than they have for the Securities and Exchange Commission. There's a couple of other cases right now. One with Ripple on the institutional side that is still ongoing, and one with Coinbase that recently had an unfavorable ruling or motion that was granted for Coinbase. That essentially Coinbase was trying to say, hey, can we just get this whole case thrown out? It's stupid. And the judge was like, no, there are some legitimate claims that need to be evaluated here from the SEC. So it's not just the Ethereum ETF that is going to have to come under legal scrutiny later on in this year, is the way that it's looking. There's a lot of crypto cases that are high profile and ongoing. But according to the S1 registration form filed by Bitwise, the proposed Bitwise Ethereum Trust would hold Ethereum ETFs, would hold Ethereum and may stake a portion of the fund's assets through trusted staking providers to earn additional rewards. Now that is a pretty big statement there. May stake. We saw, of course, Fidelity come out and say that they are going to stake. That is going to be a part of their Ethereum ETF offering to the market. And now Bitwise saying that they may do it. So seeing some continued momentum there. The filing comes soon after a Bitwise executive predicted that approval of the Ethereum spot ETF would not come this summer, as predicted in late May. But it said that waiting until later in the year could be a good thing. Now, I'm glad that we're getting this article again, because this theory that is posited here is something that we really haven't discussed enough in the crypto space, I think. But listen to this. Matt Hugan, he says, spot Ethereum ETFs will gather more assets if they launch in December versus if they launch in May. It's a really interesting prediction here from Matt Hugan, Chief Investment Officer over at Bitwise. TradFi needs more time to digest the Bitcoin ETFs. Such an interesting statement here, because you're asking a regulator to grant a product. Say, hey, this product is safe for the market, and you're coming out and you're saying you would rather get that regulator to grant your product access to the market in the future rather than right now. It's such a strange thing. You know, if I'm McDonald's or if I'm Burger King or whoever it is, I want to be able to start selling my new innovative hamburger today. I don't want to have to wait. But Matt Hugan here is saying that it actually would be beneficial for that to happen, and December would be better than the summer. And that has a lot to do with how fast-paced the crypto markets are, right? This is a different market than just your general run-of-the-mill retail goods and services like McDonald's and Burger King. This is such a fundamentally different market. It's even different, right, from an ETF in real estate or an ETF in gold, right? Things are just moving at such a high rate, and they're so different that the market conditions actually start to invert themselves sometimes, and it's actually more beneficial to release something in December, to release something in the future, rather than for it to be released, in the summer, in the present, or closer to the present, right? It's very strange, but it does make sense. And I agree here with Matt Hugan. I don't know exactly what he means here by TradFi needs more time to digest the Bitcoin ETFs. I think that there's other reasons why it may be more beneficial for a December release to be better than a summer 2024 release. But the reason he gives is a pretty educated one. I'm sure that he's got a lot to support that. But overall, what is being shown here is bullish for Ethereum, and that's being shown in the line in Vegas, right? Or at least the new digital Vegas. Ethereum ETF approved by May 31st is currently 23% likely to happen. So still very unlikely from a betting odds spread. However, it is more likely than it was last week, right? He's got as low as, let's see, 17% chance, right? So it's an improvement. And I think that has a lot to do with Fidelity issuing its S1 last week, and then also Bitwise kind of making a splash here as well, according to their S1 registration form. They're filing that. This is showing motivation. This is showing intent for these ETFs to be approved, for them to be submitted, for them to be approved. And ultimately, it's bullish for Ethereum, and we're seeing that here reflected in the betting odds. I still don't think that we get it in the summer, right? This question is asking, do we get it in the summer? The answer is still very definitively no. We didn't see a huge spike higher, but we did see, somebody thinking that this is bullish enough to bet some money to the upside on, right? So it's bullish, right? It's bullish for Ethereum. While we're here, we have about 5 minutes left. Take a screenshot of this if you've never seen it, because this is an important chart. We get into this in the Investing Bros quite often, but go take a look, screenshot this, and take a look for it for yourself. We'll definitely cover this more in the future. I was going to cover it more today, but we only have 5 minutes somehow. Time flies when you're having fun. Maybe the day is playing an April Fool's trick on me, and there's some kind of daylight savings thing right now. I don't know, but some time has flown, but we're having fun. These AI tokens are all up over 30% this week amid plans to merge. Let me know, bros. Did you guys go ahead and buy Ocean or FET.ai or AGIX when you saw this story yesterday? I keep saying yesterday. Last week. Got the case of the Mondays here, bros. Did you guys buy this? I want to know. Did you buy any of these tokens? I did not. I already had a decent amount of AGIX, but I'm kind of sitting on my hands here because I really want to just save the dry powder that I have to deploy on a potential new pullback that could potentially be happening. Not, honestly, probably not anytime soon, but I want to save my dry powder for something that I've got really, really high conviction in. And right now, these AI coins were very, very tempting, right? And they're up over 30% this week amid plans to merge. So what needs to happen is that the merge itself, the voting, still needs to take place. But there needs to be that vote, right? Otherwise, you're buying it on promise, and many people do that. Many people buy on promise. I definitely do. I'm staying, 2 steps away from this one just to kind of see how it pans out, because we don't see these mergers all that often, and I just kind of want to see how this one turns out a little bit, get a little bit more data, a little bit more insight from, the maybe the nodes, maybe get like an early poll of what they think before I go ahead and rotate or dump a whole bunch of liquidity into those names, those being AI names, FET.ai, AGIX, and Ocean Protocol. But they're doing well. They're doing well. Folks are definitely going ahead and trying to front run that bullish phenomenon in the event that vote does go through. FTX bankruptcy estate aiming to begin repaying creditors by the end of 2024. So this one could potentially start to have bullish effects on the market, in my opinion, as money is returned to investors here. That could potentially be bullish, and they're going to say, "Hey, I have all this money now. I'm going to go ahead and buy dog with hat." Right? It seems to be the overall conclusion for a lot of crypto degenerates at this point, is to really go heavy into the memes. Look, if you're looking to have fun, if you think that you have an edge on the market from a technical analysis standpoint, and you think that those technical analysis skills apply in the meme space, then go for it, right? But in my opinion, the way to play the meme coin markets is Telegram, right? We actually have a Telegram story here in just a second that's somewhat unrelated, but it's all about the Telegram, right? It's all about Telegram chats and, just hanging out in there, learning and seeing who you can trust, what accounts you can trust that are posting certain things, and then finding out and kind of gauging when things get exciting for different meme coins, whether it be on Solana or Base or another blockchain, maybe AVAX or Cardano perhaps. Although it really seems to be that Solana, and then over the weekend and kind of last week, Base, the Base layer 2 from Coinbase on Ethereum, has really kind of taken off. There's been a lot of meme coin success there. I'm not someone who's sitting here and scrolling through Telegram and trying to figure out what the next meme coin is going to pop, today or in the next 5 hours or whatever it is. That's just not my game. I hold a couple of meme coins because that was the strategy that I went with for meme coins in general. And that has so far not been all that successful, but I'm not upset about that. It was a small strategy within my overall investment strategy in the crypto space, right? So when you're seeing FTX bankruptcy estate aiming to begin repaying creditors by the end of 2024, my question is this just going to be more liquidity that's going to get dumped into the meme coins that eventually will correct, right? And maybe that's not till the end of the bull market, but at some point you kind of think that that this new wave of real retail investors that are trading and investing in meme coins, they're eventually going to get burned, and the paper hands are going to leave the market. There will no longer be market participants. They'll be learning how to skateboard. They'll be learning how to fish. They'll be doing other things than trading, probably not only meme coins, but just general financial assets in general. But until that happens, you are going to potentially see these meme coins just continue to lead the market. We have seen Dogecoin, in my opinion, kind of the king of memes in a sense. You may disagree with me. Let me know. Is Dogecoin not the king of memes? I don't know. But you've seen it doing well. You've seen Dogecoin, especially over the weekend. Let me pull up a Dogecoin chart, actually. Let's see where we got my Doge. We got any Doge holders in the chat today? Yeah, see here on the 4 hour, I mean, it really isn't. It's just kind of moving sideways here along with Bitcoin and Ethereum. But Dogecoin here, it had a nice bid over the weekend, but really the movement that it's seen has been all throughout March, right? It's kind of been a story of a March high, right? So getting up as much as 83% since the 2nd of March. I could have gone one candlestick further back, and it would have been less gains if I'd gone to the 1st of March. It's about the same. So almost 100% move. Call it 80, really, but that's not bad, right, for Dogecoin. So I'm going to continue to expect more rotation into meme coins as the king of the memes is starting to kind of wake up there, Dogecoin, and make some moves higher. So that's nice to see. As a hodler of Doge, and I also have some Ordi is the other meme coin that I have. I'm much more concerned with when is this meme season going to conclude, and we see rotation into, new like Pith and Jupe. I mean, we're seeing those get bids, but really return to like valuable cryptos like Matic, Cardano comes to mind. When is that going to happen? I think a lot of investors are looking at the crypto space and thinking that is going to happen at some point. I think we may be disappointed in how long that's going to take, because the meme frenzy seems to be unique. And so I'm trying to get my head around that, though, because I think if you can get this one right, if you can predict when all that meme money is going to pour back into utility coins or even Bitcoin, whatever it's going to be, I think if you time that right, you could really start to see some nice profits from that move, that rotation. So that's what I'm trying to get my head around very soon. Solana could be sold at to the tune of 7.5 billion by FTX as they're initiating that selling there. But this isn't going to really move the market in all that much, in my opinion. I think Solana is one of the more bullish names right now in crypto, and if there is a sell-off, it's just going to be an opportunity to buy the dip, in my opinion. That would be my opinion on that. The other thing too is it's bullish because it's getting Solana out of the hands of FTX, right? Not that they're really able to do anything with it in some sense, but I think that that's just a better look for Cardano, for it not to be a SAM, for Solana, for it not to be a SAM coin anymore, right? SAM, of course, now being locked up for 25 years, it looks like. Oof. Follow the rules, guys. Don't break laws and don't defraud the public to the tune of billions of dollars. Telegram integrates Toncoin payments. This is generally going to be bullish for the coin. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Investing Bros today. I've been T-Shroom on a Monday, a little bit jet lagged, so things have been a little bit crazy. Let me know. Did I get anything wrong in the comments? I felt a little bit just off today. It's weird. Again, not really a headache, not a stomach ache, not even really a lack of energy. Just feeling a little bit weird, and I can only really accredit it to that jet lag. But we're seeing what we need to see on Ethereum and Bitcoin for a potential breakout for both of those names, and a breakout higher. Indeed. So that'll be very, very nice. Polymarket's not really budging, not really showing that the likelihood of an ETF approval in May is likely. But, you know, it does look like those issuers are starting to pile in. They're showing that they're serious, which indicates that probably a court case with the SEC is inevitable, right? As these applicants take the SEC to court and say, hey, we don't agree. We want to see what the judge says. So it's a tale as old as time, and we'll likely see it play out in favor of the BROZ crypto portfolio. We'll absolutely be keeping you up to date as the facts come out and develop that story. But I've been T-Shroom, and make sure that you're staying hydrated. Make sure that you're reaching out to family maybe that you didn't contact over Easter just to see how they're doing. Contact them and make a connection. And if you're trading today, make sure that you're keeping your stop losses tight. We'll be live at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today. We've got a special video going out today as well. This is a video that's going to tell you how you can, if you're an American trading or investing in crypto, you can save a lot of money through iTrust Capital. It's something that you hear us talk about here on Investing Bros quite a bit. And we're putting out a video today so you guys can get a little bit more immersive in exactly what that offering entails and how it can benefit you guys. You're going to be able to save a ton of money in taxes with these crypto IRAs. You're going to absolutely love it. Until next time, and next time being 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I've been T-Shroom. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Trying to make paper, turn that better to cake. Money like Lego, connect the dots stack bank. We are investing bros. We are investing bros. Army pipe, lethal on trade. Entries and exits, worthy of praise. Tim, the professor of the TA. Shouted out loud on the PA. T-Shroom's news got the word. Doing better than what he deserves. Beamer, leave no evidence. Soon fly coop with his dividend. Trying to make paper, turn that better to cake. Money like Lego, connect the dots stack bank. We are investing bros. We are investing bros.